Yes, sir. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to episode 4. It's been a minute. And we'll get into why that's been the case. This episode is titled Commitment, which will hopefully kind of explain why it took me so long to kind of jump into episode 4. Kind of had to get out there and take some extra, work, get some extra work, some, little jobs and whatnot to try to put some money back into the kennel. Haven't really gotten any donation. Well, that's not true. My sister donated. Shout out to my sister Constance. My boy Riv has donated. Dave has donated. My boy Joe has donated. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. But, as much as I appreciate those donations, I still had to get out there and try to secure some funds so I can make sure I take care of these babies. So, that's where I've been. So it's interesting that this particular episode is titled Commitment. And that's kind of something that I want to get into real quick. I'm going to say maybe about probably shortly thereafter episode 3. I got an email actually. And the email read, "Hey Jay, how you doing? I purchased a puppy from you a year ago, and I think we're going to have to, I know we're going to have to rehome it, and we were just giving you a call to see if you, wanted to take the dog back and to see at what time that we could bring the dog back." Now, we've talked about this rehoming thing before. Episode 1 or 2, we might have covered it. I understand that people, circumstances happen. Financial situations happen. I can even understand it to where it's more than, what you thought it would be. I just think that after a year, I think the nonchalantness, is that how you say it? Nonchalantness of it is kind of what really pissed me off. But even more so, this is the first time that I actually had to, turn a dog away just because I don't have the resources to care for it adequately. And then not to mention, it's been a year, and so that's a whole nother aspect too. So it kind of sent me through a little thing. And this is kind of where my rant is finna come from, because I got to rant and do something. But you know what? Before we do all of that, the last time that I was on here, I featured all of the dogs, but I did not get an opportunity to feature Sugar Bear, so I want to do that right now. This is my Sugar Bear. She's 1 female. She's not fixed. Very active, very loving, and whatnot. I didn't get an opportunity to feature her the last time. I'm not sure if I forgot or whatever happened, but just wanted to put her out there. She's a beautiful dog. Great personality, great with kids, great with humans. I do not know, once again, about cats. I know she does great with the pack within, but very friendly. 40 pounds, smallest husky that I've ever had come into the kennel. So that's that. But yeah, I just wanted to feature Sugar Bear. If you're interested in Sugar Bear, please drop me a line, and we can talk about the particulars and whatnot. But let's get back to the whole conversation, the rehoming thing, real quick. So I had to end up, like I said, going and, taking some odd jobs and whatnot, just to try to bring some income in. Because once again, I'm not breeding anymore. So, that's that. And the bigger dogs are not going out as quickly as I had hoped. But once again, title of the show, Commitment, because I am truly committed to finding the right place, for these animals and just trying to do right by them, And so it kind of sent me through a thing in the sense that it's like, I don't know if and we covered this before, so I hope I'm not regurgitating the same thing over, but I can't help it when it rears its ugly head. Um, of people really truly understanding the actual commitment that it takes to actually care for a dog. Like, it's a really lifetime thing if that's what you so decide to do. Sometimes people, get pets as novelties and whatnot. And, I can be a pet owner this day, and then the next day I just decided I don't want to do it. And it's just like, that's the unfortunate part of it. Now, as people who breed, people who foster, people who rehome, people who rescue, I know from personal experience that I try my best to pair the animal with the right person that's going to do right by the animal. But, every so often it just doesn't work. And I've read in a lot of comments with a lot of people who do rescues and rehomes and whatnot that, unfortunately, sometimes the animals come back, and it just can't be avoided. We would hope to do so, but, things happen, right? So I wanted to go into something real quick, and I'm actually having me a shot today. I normally don't have cocktails on my podcast. However, this has been one of those days, very interesting in a lot of perspectives, and we'll get into that in a minute. But I just, like I said, want to kind of piggyback off of the rehoming aspect and how people view pets. So anyway, I'm in my partner's car, my friend, we're headed to go do a job, and I'm listening to Steve Harvey show. I don't listen to the radio. I pretty much do streaming and whatnot. But, he's listening to the Steve Harvey show, and they happen to have this segment on his show called Strawberry Letter, and where people write in and they try to get advice and things of that nature. Now, I'm not saying this to try to troll Steve Harvey or to try to get to go viral or anything like that. I'm only saying that because the statement, which I'm about to tell you, it really, in all honesty, pissed me off. And I'm going to tell you why I did. I'm going to tell you the statement, and then I'll tell you why I did. Anyway, so the whole Strawberry Letter thing was about this married couple. And I guess the wife believed that her best friend was helping her husband cheat. And they had this whole, relationship, the husband and the best friend, and they were arguing over who was the best friend or whatever. But here's the thing. There was a pet involved, and it was said in the letter that the husband was a really good dog dad to the female or the woman that was friends, or the third person, if you will, right? And Steve Harvey goes on this whole rant about how dogs are animals. They're not people. They're not children. And he made this comparison. And basically, this is kind of the thing that kind of, and, I understand, you do things for jokes and things of that nature. But like I said, it just kind of pissed me off, and I'm going to tell you why. So he was basically saying, stop calling your pets babies. They're not babies. They're not children. They're animals. You basically just feed them and you clean up behind them. You ain't even got to talk to them, and you just send them out their way, right? Now, that's far from the case for anybody who has a pet and is really, interactive, proactive, or whatever the case may be. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, that's some really irresponsible shit to say. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know that you have millions and millions of people watching you, dripping off your every word. And, but I get it. Some people are pet people. Some people are not, And, pets are more than just pets. In some cases, they are family for some people. They are babies for some people. And like I said, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I had, at this particular time, 2 dogs with ear infections. So I couldn't just, feed them and send them on their way. Like, there's a whole process or whatever that comes to that, if you really truly care. And there's a lot of people that feel that way. It was interesting. I have a friend, and he was dating a woman, and she had a pet. And, he couldn't really understand. Well, I'm not going to say he didn't understand. I'm going to say that, in the midst of dating her, she expected him to walk her dog, feed her dog, because to her, that's her baby. And it's kind of like, how women say when they have kids, it's a package deal. And in some cases, your pet is a package deal, And like I said, it's just really interesting that there are people out there that share, that particular narrative. And what I mean by that basically is I'm saying that the commitment aspect of it. There's a difference between commitment and novelty, right? And so, um, yeah, it just kind of, like I said, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way because of what I was going through and whatnot. And I'm just here to tell you, to be honest, that, pets, there are some people who have pets that can't have children, and so those pets become children for them, you know. Um, you'll be amazed. There are so many different videos online to where you can see, how affectionate people are when it comes to pets and stuff like that. I wanted to share one with you that I came across. So this is the situation. This particular guy, a dog, had been missing for quite some time. And of course, they found him. And this is just his reaction. And he absolutely loses it. He even cusses this dog out too. You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? So this is the point I'm trying to make. This is the point I'm trying to make. Um, these animals, these pets, for some people, for some of us, they're way more than just um, something to do, a novelty, or whatever the case may be. And so I just kind of wanted to bring that to light. Uh, no beef with Steve Harvey and nothing like that. It's just, it kind of, like I said, it just pissed me off because it's like I'm sitting over here and I'm drowning financially trying to take care of these dogs. And, that was what that was. I just, felt the way I felt about it. And I wanted to bring that to light. So just to kind of piggyback off all of that, what I will honestly say, you know, because this is the thing that the comment that he made. He was basically saying that uh, kids and dogs are two totally different things. Uh, there's so many responsibilities and whatnot that you have so far as children that you don't have with animals. I'm paraphrasing. This didn't come out of his mouth, but that's kind of how the way I took it. And like I said, I'm sitting up here trying to get medicine for these dogs. Did y'all know that they're aspirin? They have aspirin for dogs, and I didn't know they had aspirin for dogs. But anyway, um, yeah, it's really truly a lifetime commitment, and the difference between animals and humans, right? That child will grow up and eventually move out and get a job, and we hope become a productive person in society or whatever. If you know of any 17-year-old dogs that have jobs, please let me know because, yeah, these guys need to go to work. So just moving along. This is Panda Bear. Panda Bear is from Litter Before Last. Now, I always try to keep in contact with, every animal that comes through the kennel. And that's part of my particular commitment. But there are these sweet moments that happen to where, as well as you have, people trying to return dogs, you have people who actually love the dogs that they have. And it's really, truly a beautiful thing. Um, so, like I said, uh, that's Panda Bear. And Panda Bear is in a wonderful home. And the woman that has her loves her so much. And it's always a joy to, come across her videos with her. And so she posted one. And I'm like, you know what? I just got to share this. I have to share this particular video. Um, let's see. Yeah, I want to share this. So this is Panda Bear grown up, and just for me to sit up and watch her run, man, I wish I could explain to you the joy that I get from it, but I just wanted to share this with y'all real quick. That baby is running. It's just really a cool thing to see, you know, because I try my best to make sure that they go to the best place possible, and as well as I have had, a few come back. Um, I've also had or have um, dogs that are doing very, very well in their new environment. And so I'm very happy about that. Um, so just to go into the whole commitment aspect and the financial cost and whatnot that you will incur. There's so many different things that come about, when it comes to dealing with these animals. I had a really, really, really bad flea problem last year. It was bad, really bad. Um, Now I probably will mention this or get this wrong, but there's this stuff. It's called Demarcus. I think it's called Demarcus Earth or whatever. It's a chalky white powder that's supposed to kill fleas and whatnot. When I tell you, because at the time I had 12 huskies. Now, if you've ever, as a dog owner, if you've ever taken your dog to be boarded or whatever, or take them anywhere where any other animals are, and there's a flea infestation or fleas there, whatever, you know exactly what that is for that one dog. So you can imagine, for my people who have kennels and things of that nature, you get one dog that comes in with a flea problem, or just dealing with a flea problem with multiple dogs is a task within itself. And so, yeah, I was using this Demarcus or whatever it's called, Earth or whatever. Seen a couple of people on YouTube talking about it, and it didn't work. It didn't work for me. Now, for some people, it has from the reviews and whatnot, but for me, it didn't. I don't know if it's because the infestation was so bad and it was so many dogs. I mean, I had the whole house looking like a Scarface movie. It's powder everywhere. The dogs got powder on there. They're shaking. It was crazy. I got allergies and stuff. Not allergies, but I got breathing problems, And so it was just, it didn't work. It didn't work. Now, anybody that knows, and this is kind of like my first product review. So anybody that knows, once you get a flea problem, I mean, it is, damn near, well, I ain't gonna say impossible, but, it's gonna take a lot. And flea medication, I'll put it to you this way. I had to pay 200, I think it was $224 or something like that to cover all of the dogs that I had in the kennel for just 1 month, right? This is Thanos. This is how bad the infection was for him. They was eating him alive. And I tried absolutely everything, everything. But a good friend of mine, I was sitting up and I was telling, he has a kennel, and he put me on to this company, Best Dog Products. They do flea medication. They do deworming. They have wound, like I guess homemade wound medicine for, like, if your dogs fight or whatever. And they are extremely reasonable. I have not had any problem with them whatsoever. I am not endorsed by them or whatever. I'm just giving you, you know, trying to look out, trying to look out for you guys like I was looked out for, because I think it's like the 6 pills that I got, and they go range, medium, small, and large breeds. I think it's like $26 for 6. So I'm like $50 for the whole kennel at the time, which I had 12. So do the math on, what flea medication is right now, and times that times 12, you'll see what I'm talking about. But the bestdogproducts.com, yeah, I still got one left, but I have not had a problem. And I don't know I do know, because I was going to say I didn't know whether or not it was because I had used everything. I went and got like 4 bottles of home defense flea medication. And like I said, the DeMarcus Earth and flea collars. And, I was battling these things for at least about 3 weeks, and they just would not go anywhere. But got that Best Dog, got them flea meds and whatnot, and hadn't had a problem since. So had one of my partners, he had went in and got it. He said it didn't work for him. I told him maybe he didn't get the right weight, because it's based off of weight. But I personally have not had any problems. So if you have multiple dogs and you're looking for an economical way to kind of keep them covered from a flea perspective, I would strongly suggest check out Best Dog Products. They have a lot of other stuff on there and whatnot. And like I said, I'm not endorsed by them. I just am reviewing their product, and it worked very, very, very well for me. So just want to put that out there. So let's see where we're going from here. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, so let's do that. Now, I don't know if you guys remember Samson. Samson was from the last episode, and Samson has actually found a home. So let's go into that real quick. He's for me, and like I said, he just went home. He went to his new home earlier today. The guy has a husky. He's in Georgia. He was looking for another one, so he has husky experience. He came, picked out Samson, hung out with Samson, played with him, got him to know, who he was. And that was a week ago. And so then he came back today, brought his dog. And I meant to get some footage on that or whatnot, but I do got some pictures I'll show you guys real quick. But he did come, and he took Samson to his new home. So this is pictures of Samson and Sky, who is his new, his part of his new family. And I couldn't be happier, for him, both the owner and the dog, because, hopefully they will find each other and it will work very well for them. And so, that's it's been a very interesting couple of weeks as far as that is concerned. I wanted to come sooner than this, but like I said, this episode is titled Commitment. And the commitment is to make sure that we take care of these dogs as best as we possibly can, that they're fed. And that's what that is. Now, as much as I would love to get the donations, I do have the Husky Habitat Cash App and the SD stores that I always talk to you guys about. But, things move slow. Things don't happen in the manner in which we want them to. They happen in the manner in which they need to. And so, once I, understood that the donations that I got, as much as I appreciate them, I kind of needed more. So I needed to facilitate and get out there and try to get some money to take care of these dogs, because I am committed to finding them the right homes. And, and sometimes things happen the way they're supposed to, and not as soon as we want them to. My prayer has always been, to be able to, just make sure I keep them out of a shelter. You know, that's kind of, like I said, earlier, it's kind of the reason why it kind of upset me so much that I was unable to take that dog back. Because if I had the resources to do it, I absolutely would have. And so now, I don't know where that dog is. I, can only hope that the dog is okay. And I still kind of feel a certain amount of responsibility as far as that is concerned. But, I'm fighting the good fight and doing the best that I can. If I could have taken the dog, I would have. That is my honest to God truth. But it's just not feasible for a financial perspective and, from a room perspective. I'll be honest with you. I really hope I'm in the position, from a financial aspect to go and rescue dogs, because I'm really passionate about that. I really feel like that. It like I said, many times before, it truly hurts my heart to see a dog that needs a new home that's, on the kill list, and, they look so innocent and so sad, and, it really gets to me. And, but we'll see. If God has that in store for me, then, I fully will accept that. And maybe that's what's going on. Don't know. It could be. Could highly be. But what I do know is that Samson has found a home, and it was really good to kind of see him, interact and get to know his new owners. I did explain to the new owner about, the timetable. And this is another thing, too. It's like you have to understand, which I've covered before, what it takes. And it's a lifetime thing. You can sit up and train your dog not to use the bathroom in the house and maybe potty train, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, unknowns to you, now they pissing in the house, just out the clear blue, like for whatever reason. And now you got to tune in and try to figure out what's going on with them. Like I said, that's where the commitment comes in at. It's very easy to sit up and say, you know what? This is too much. I don't want to do this. I felt that way sometimes, but I go by one very, very simple principle. Every dog that's in this house is here by my doing. They didn't come knock on the door and say, hey, you got some room and some food or anything of that nature. It's my doing. Whether I decided to breed, whether I decided to take them back, whatever, you know what I mean? That's just where I'm at. And so I love situations like today. To have him still in Georgia with the owner that already has a husky. That's a good thing. And so I will keep y'all updated and posted, and got some other pictures and whatnot and this, that, and the other from other dogs that have left. And I'm going to interview some people too and whatnot. I got a couple of interviews coming up. But yeah, so once again, short episodes. Looking to interview anybody that would love to come on the platform and just have a conversation with me. Also, too, we're going to start going live. I think live will be the best scenario to where I get an opportunity to talk to you and you can talk to me, and we can have a conversation, and maybe it'll be more information in real time than maybe what I might be giving out now. But like I said, I'm back on the podcast. I have 4 dogs that I'm still trying to find homes for, right homes for. I'm not opposed to traveling if it's in a decent distance. Of course, we could talk about that, If I have to bring the dog to you, I can promise you that what I would charge you to bring the dog will probably be less than any transportation company that you can think of, unless they're doing it for free. That's not something I'm able to do at this point. there's a lot of prep that would have to happen before for me to hop on the road. But yeah, if you're interested in any of the dogs and whatnot, yeah, just feel free to reach out. Any questions, comments, or whatever, or anything that I can do to make this show better, let me know. Share, like, comment. Like I said, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, Husky Habitat Kennels. Hence the Hhk Unleashed. Yeah, so got another episode coming up pretty soon. Still got to get back out there and try to get some more money to put back into the kennel so we can keep this thing rolling. It does help to be -1 dog. So I'm kind of grateful that not kind of, but I'm extremely grateful for that. And so, yeah, like I said, you know how I like to end this thing. I put up the button. Send me $1 to Husky Habitat Kennel. I'll send you I support the Husky Habitat Kennel button. And then there's also the SD store. I haven't really had a chance to get in there and put some more products in there. But like I say all the time, if there's anything that you could think of that you would want, yeah, reach out. I can do it. I'd be more than happy to do it. Every dollar that you send goes to the rest of the kennel until I'm able to get everybody to where they go. And then I will figure out what I'm going to do from that. Yeah, your support would be extremely appreciated. So, yeah. So thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining me. Sorry it took so long to come back to you, but like I said, I had to go out and punch a clock, for a couple of days, do some odds, so do something strange for a little piece of change, as they say. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's all about making sure that these babies, these animals are taken care of. I got a couple of dogs right now that are overdue for shots by a couple of months. So, we're diligently working to try to make sure that we get that. I try to stay up to date on shots for everybody. Samson was up to date on his shots. He's good to go. So just 3 of them. I think my core 4 that I keep that's not going anywhere are definitely overdue for their shots. But anyway, yeah, man. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, want to share some love, want to do some donations, want to be interviewed, want to talk, whatever the case may be, reach out to me. Husky Habitat Kennels at Gmail. You can also, like I said, send messages through YouTube, TikTok, or whatever. I'm available. I'm a people person. I love people, to a certain extent until my anxiety started going through the roof. But anyway, man, I will see y'all the next time. And I got a really good show coming up because we're going to deal with grief. And this is a perfect topic to piggyback off of when you start talking about the commitment that you have. And then all of a sudden, you don't have that commitment no more because that dog has passed. So I got a grief counselor that's going to come on the show. And we're going to talk about how to deal with the loss of a pet. There are so many people that I've come across when I was trying to rehome or sell puppies or whatever, that had lost pets and just did not want to, experience that pain again. So that's kind of, once again, not to get back on Steve Harvey or whatever, but that's kind of why it's like, dude, it's so much more than what it is that you said to millions and millions of people. So, that's my 2 cents on that. But yeah, man. So I will see y'all next week. And we'll talk about the death of a pet. And hopefully, maybe I can give y'all some news about one of the dogs being rehomed to a good place. So until then, y'all take it easy. Love your pets. Love yourself. And let's try to navigate through all of the madness in the world and show a little bit of love and compassion. I'll see y'all next week, man.